Yo, what is up everybody? It's been a while. I can make an update video on everything that's been going on, but yeah, this is a bit of a different video though. I want to do a kind of like a tips and tricks video. I've been working on my putting a lot lately, and there's something that I heard a little while ago that I started doing again recently that has helped me so much that I just want to share it. You know, maybe it'll help you get more accurate on your putts and just get better at putting and be super consistent. This is the most consistent I've ever been with my putting. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to start pretty close here to the basket. Basically, everything you want to keep in mind is, well, obviously the wind. You always want to keep in mind which direction the wind's going to be coming if you're putting into a headwind or a tailwind, or right to left, left to right wind. I don't change much if I do have a headwind or over like a tailwind or anything. But basically, so when you say your lie is down there and you put your mini in front of it, what you want to do is point your foot, your leading foot, whichever one you put behind your mini, pointed directly at the middle pole of the basket. And basically that's your line. I like to use P2s, P2 putters. They have a little bit of fade at the end, even on putts. Even on, well, not really shorter putts, but that's why I putt at a bit of an angle like that. So when I do putt, I get that line and I know how much it's going to fade into the chains. If I line up on that line to the pole and then I just throw directly beside it, I know that it's going to fade into the chains and really get into the chains without any spit outs or anything. I'll show you an example. I am perfectly lined up with the pole. I got left to right wind right now. And that was my first putt of the day. My bad. Let's do it again. And I'll also show you something really cool you can do. Yeah, so having the wind, I kind of have a tailwind. The wind is changing direction so much. So now I kind of have a headwind. Let's show you what a headwind looks like. And now it's really ripping. Okay. Not that. I got a couple of rainmakers here too. I like putting with those. Yeah, now it's just pushing them down for some reason. This wind is really hard to read right now. But another cool thing you can do with this technique is you can run the basket from really far away. I love doing that. I've actually hit a couple like 150 footers yesterday. I will do one on camera on this video, so don't go nowhere. But let's go backwards a little bit. I have a mark right here for 30 feet, just about the edge of the circle. I think it's 33. But we're gonna do the same technique on, when I'm going this far away, I'm still doing the exact same things. I'm still pointing the middle of my foot right to the pole so you can gauge how far you need to go out to swing it back in. The wind is blowing. It dropped it down earlier. It felt like a headwind, but instead of having a lot of movement, kind of like a lofty putt, I start with my putt like this, nose up already, and it floats. Ugh, that's too floaty. Oh wow, yeah, this Arkansas wind, dude, it's kind of crazy. See, you want to be really close each time. I think the rainmakers would be better for this. I think that's in. Nope, those should have went in. If the wind wasn't so crazy, I think that would have went in. So now I'm going to show you how to run the basket from, I don't know, an upshot range. Anywhere from, I probably should have practiced a little bit, or I warmed up a little bit before I shot this so I could hit some nice putts. But yesterday I was really, that's all I was doing for hours, and I was hitting them from far away. I'll see if I can do it some more. But if anything, if you get really good at it, you'll be hitting the basket pretty much every time, at least hitting metal in some kind of way. Hopefully you won't have many rollaways, because I know sometimes when you hit the basket, it loves to just get up and roll. It just depends on where you're at. But with this technique, I am not afraid to run the basket from way farther than even a jump putt range. So let me show you that right now. All right, from here, I'm about 100 to 150 feet. I don't know. But this, you definitely not be putting from this range. This is definitely an upshot, a short, like nose up upshot range. What I'm gonna do is do the exact same thing. Put my foot, line it up. You can even kind of like reach your arm out, line it up with the pole exactly, and then kind of move your foot to where it's pointing at the pole, directly at the pole, not in the general direction of the basket, but exactly with the middle of the pole. Because now, even though I'm this far away, I still have a good idea of where it needs to go, when it's going to hook in, and I'm gonna hit one for you right now. That's how confident I am in this technique. And it's kind of weird I honestly don't like standstills, but now that I can do it like this, I don't really mind it. But your back foot, you can just kind of offset a little bit to kind of get the basket more in line, instead of like going directly behind your lead foot, step out beside it. It's more comfortable, to me at least. And even though I didn't hit the basket, I am parked. Oh, that's a bit high. But because these are P2s, they have a reliable fade. The Rainmakers are a little bit different. They're a little more direct. So even though I'm not on, I'm still only about 15 feet. That was really close. That was also really close. All but one of them are like 10 to 15 feet. Hey, there's a butterfly. So honestly, these are all putting ranges. So almost tap-ins. So you can get way more accurate, depending on if you do, it doesn't matter if you do power grip like I do, or fan grip for your upshots. It really don't matter. Do it how you want to do it. But always, besides off the tee, I think this would work. Unless you have a really short, 150 to 200 foot. If you can do a standstill, I would do this exact thing, and you have a really good chance of parking it. It's almost a 100% chance of parking it, depending on the wind. The wind here is changing like crazy. That's why I didn't make one. But when you practice your upshots this way, I would go, even if they're super close, do the same thing. Line up with your leading foot and just practice throwing them in from every distance, even if they're small tap ins. This one's a little bit further, but still. Okay, well, cut it. So when you work on these upshots this way, best to putt all of them in, so you get more practice, because you kind of need to know where you can hit 90% of your shots. 9 out of 10. Back over here, I'm gonna hit one exactly how I was telling you. Let's do this. The wind has died down. Nope. Oh, whoa. That one's way off. There we go. Very close. Even if you don't throw it in from 100, 150, which you have a lot better chance of doing that this way. I threw like 3 of them in yesterday. You're still, unless you shank a shot like I just did, you are still going to be very close to the basket. hopefully that is putting range for you. Yeah. I went a little deep, but still we're directly behind the basket. So if you want, okay, hold up. Ah, that almost hit the base. Oh, I know that was out of the frame, but that was my shanked shot that I just threw in. Oh, that was awesome. So yeah, even the short shots, when you're in competition, you know, and you're like, I got this, you don't even think about it, and then you miss it, you're like, oh wow, I'm dumb. I've done that before. Very easy putts, even on the easy ones. But yeah, all of these shots I just threw in, or I just putted from where they landed, even my shanked one. So if you get good at your upshots and then you come back and then you make all your putts, some of them are far, some of them are close, that's good, because no matter where you land, your shots are going to be way more accurate and your putts are going to be way more accurate. So really all you need to work on after that is off the tee. And I can make a video on that too, but there's a billion of them on YouTube. So now I'm gonna talk about the grip really quick. You can grip it however you want. The best way for me, you might already do this, but you can either put your finger on the rim or you can tuck it under. I used to be this person, but after so many shank shots, I'm like, you know, I'll try the tuck under. It felt really weird for the first few times that I tried putting like that, but then it just became more consistent for me, because so the disc wouldn't get stuck or snagged on my fingers or anything. It just works for me. But this little line on your hand right here, if you put the disc right there and then close your hand, have your thumb, you know, probably where you would have it if you were driving off the tee, and have your finger tucked. I might do it nose up a little bit, but I always have roughly the same amount of hyzer coming out of my hand. As for how low I go and how high I go, I'm calling this belt to nipples. I thought of this yesterday, because I was thinking about where am I comfortable going, and I'm comfortable. I don't go lower than like my waistband, like where your belt would be. So I come down to here. Sometimes I even touch like my waistband, and then I come up and I'm no higher than my nipples. So it only makes sense to say belt and nipples. So if you go belt and nipples every time, you know you're good. All right, so let's hit some big ones. You can officially tell your friends belt and nipples, and they'll be confused on what you're actually even talking about. All right, I'm coming back to the same spot. This is circle one. I'm lining my foot up, and man, this wind, this is gonna ruin the video. This wind is. Okay. Even when I'm like crouched down like this, still, belt and nipples. You just, when you're this far away, do a little bit more nose up. No more, no less hyzer. Just about like this. Boom. That. Yeah, it's hard gauging this wind, but yeah, I mean, if you can remember all that stuff, just do enough repetitions to where you don't even think about it. But for fun, if you just want to tell your friends, hey, you're going kneecap to forehead, don't do that. Go belt to nipples. So I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments if this helped you. I will be doing a lot more videos, I promise. I looked just before I shot this, it's been 5 months. I'm very sorry. I'm alive, I promise. I can do an update video on Patreon or something, like an extensive one if you want me to. A lot's been going on. You're probably wondering why I'm in the middle of nowhere, because I am in the middle of nowhere. You don't believe me? Check this out. Middle of nowhere. Look at that. As far as you can see, except right there. but it goes way out. See, just nothing.
We're in the middle of nowhere!
I'm in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, I'll make that video. I'll leave the Patreon link in the bottom. I want to start doing more for my Patreon stuff. I think my camera's sideways. Whatever. Hope you like this one. Hopefully it helped. Let me know in the comments if it helped you, or if you have any other suggestions on what I should make videos on. Other than that, I'm gonna keep doing my how to throw videos, all that. I got some new stuff coming. I've been planning some stuff. I haven't just been doing nothing. I've been thinking about my YouTube channel every single day. So yeah, it's hot outside. I gotta get inside and edit this video. Subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.